Start over. Hello, happy Saturday, part two. Sorry, I forgot to unmute my mic. My name is Robin, and I'm with Robin's Egg Blue Creations, and I'm also an independent designer with Couture. So thank you for hopping on today and tuning in with me. And if you happen to be watching later, welcome to the replay. I'm glad you decided to hang out with me for a little bit. I've got a fun project in store for you later. But first, I just need to get through a few housekeeping things. If you wouldn't mind, say hi in the comments and tell me where in the world you're watching from. I'm excited for the day that I get my first international viewer, but until then, welcome. Also, I wanted to let you know that I am using StreamYard and I'm live in 3 locations this morning. I am live on my Facebook business page. I'm live in my private Facebook group, the Crafty Collab, and I'm also live on my YouTube page as well. So I tell you that because I want you to know if you hear me refer to a comment that you don't see in your comment feed, that viewer may be watching from a different platform and I didn't want you to be confused. Also, if you're watching from my private Facebook group, there is a StreamYard link in the description of the video. If you wouldn't mind clicking that, that allows StreamYard access to your profile name. That way you show up under your profile name instead of Facebook user, and I know who to say hi to. So let's see who has joined us this morning. I see that Jason is on. He is, says, digging the new camera angle. Yeah, trying something a little different today. So I told you a week or two ago that I've rearranged my craft space, so we may be playing with some camera angles. So give me your honest feedback. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you don't like. I also see that Chris is online, and Bonita is also online. Yeah, and she's watching from freezing Salina, Kansas, which is where I'm from. And it is currently 19 degrees, but I'm sure the wind chill makes it feel a lot colder. So I honestly haven't even looked out the window this morning, so I have no idea what's going on outside. So again, tell me where you're watching from. Tell me what the weather's like there. Tell me if you have any big plans for the weekend. Like I said, we built a new craft desk a couple of weeks ago, and that side of the room is still a complete disaster. So I've got to put things where they go and find places to put things away. So that's what I'll be doing this weekend. So with that, let's flip the camera angle and we will go here. I see that, is it Sarita? I can't read my computer from that far away. Sarita is watching from North Carolina. Welcome. Okay, so on, what day is it? Saturday? On Wednesday, I did the first portion of this project. So this is the Heart and Home ChalkMade Kit. You get everything that you see here. You get 4 3x3 blocks. You get this long rectangle block. You get 3 chalk paste singles. You get candy apple, shimmer gold, bright white, and ocean mist. You get a paintbrush, which I love the Chalk Couture paintbrushes. You get a mini squeegee. You get 2 adhesive dots. You get 4 color trays, but I'm using one currently for something else. So you get 4 color trays. You get your hearts cut out, your house cut out. You get the transfer to make both kits, and you also get your instruction sheet. So on Wednesday, we made this cute little love block set. So there's a multitude of ways that you can display it. So you could put it like this. So you could make it a long display. You could also break it apart and make it a vertical set. You could also put it like this and place just Love is in the Air on the top. You could display it on different tiers of a tiered tray, kind of like that. You know, these could You could spell it like if you had a 4-tier tray, you could spell the word love down and then put this somewhere else. But today we're going to be doing the home portion of the transfer. So I'm actually going to flip the blocks over. I'll try to keep them in order so I get, we won't be using the heart today, so I'm just going to put that away for a wee bit. And then we're going to flip that one over. And I'm going to get a paper towel because I'm going to do a little bit of sanding. Not a lot, but so with the Couture wood cutouts, I like to do a little bit of sanding just because there's some uneven edges, but we'll also be waxing as well. So I'm just going to do a little light sand just for now. Trying to keep these in the same order that they were. It's not that big of a deal. I do want to definitely keep the wood cutouts on the same block, however. And these are all Couture products. They are available on my Chalk site. All of the links for everything that I will be talking about are in the description of the video under the Smart bio link. Get a little booger on that one. Okay, so we're done sanding. So now I'm just going to get a towel out and kind of wipe this off. Hey, Amanda. Oliver would like me to tell you he likes seeing your face when you make things. Aw. Well, that's super sweet. We'll try it this way for now. And I need to go back and forth. I like this full overhead shot because then I can repurpose the videos eventually in like a time lapse, but that doesn't necessarily mean that every video needs to be this full overhead shot. So I will keep that in mind, Mr. Oliver. Okay, so next we're going to do a little bit of waxing, and I'm using the Couture Surface Wax. I do believe that this may be currently sold out. I can't remember. I just looked the other day, but I've slept since then, so I don't remember. And so what the wax does is it fills in any uneven areas where I might have missed sanding. It also helps keep the transfer from sticking and pulling off wood fibers when I pull the transfer off. So I'm just going to rub that in. If you don't have the Couture wax, you can also use any finishing wax. This one happens to be Minwax, but there's Annie Sloan wax. There's probably a General Finishes wax. So Couture has been around for almost 4.5 years. They'll be celebrating their 5th birthday in July, I believe, July 1st. So they're still a fairly brand new company. And it's a great company. Their products are fantastic. I like them because if you're short on time, Sarita asks, could you use Vaseline? The problem with Vaseline is that I'm not for sure that it ever dries. You could certainly try it. I think it might be a little too oily for this, for the transfers, and then it would mess with the adhesion of these sticky back transfers. That would be my only concern about using Vaseline. So I'm just going to go back in and buff with a clean portion of my rag, just to get all that wax buffed back in really good and to get any of the excess off. You don't want to use too much. Ask me how I know. Your chalk paste will not, and that's the other thing with Vaseline, because if you use too much wax, your chalk paste will not stick. Especially if you don't get it good and buffed in. Okay, pretty good. I'm going to put all that away. So I'm going to keep my sander out because we'll use that later. Okay, so let's bring in a fabulous transfer. So these are sticky back reusable silk screen transfers. So they do have an adhesive back. They are reusable about 8 to 12 times depending on how well you take care of them. And wherever you see the white or clear areas, those are silk screens. So if you've ever tried to cut a vinyl decal with a Cricut or a Silhouette, you know that you have all these little inside pieces like the O's, you'd have to try to keep all these little dots intact or all the little stripes. I'm forever losing the dot to my eye. The cool thing about silkscreen transfers is it keeps all of that intact. So you don't have to worry about losing the inside of your O or your punctuation or the dots of your eyes. It's all interconnected. And that's what makes these transfers fantastic. Okay, so we're going to use the home. And because I haven't used the home portion and I haven't cut it, we'll show you that first. You also see that there are white lines. Those are cut or score lines. So you could completely cut this transfer apart into 12 different pieces. But I like to keep my backer sheets intact. So I'm just going to score where you see those cut lines. So I'm just going to lift the transfer up and I'm going to put my scissors under there and I'm just going to run it over those cut lines to score the pieces apart. That way I can keep my backer sheet intact and I have a lot less loose parts. And that is helpful when you come down to cleaning your transfer. Did I get all this? Yep. Just making sure I got all of that. Okay, so let's get out all of our pieces. And I'm also going to fuzz these because I've never used this portion of the transfer before. So I'm just using a terry cloth towel and I'm just going to pull it, put it on and off for a couple of times, and that just gets a little bit of lint on the back side, so it's not as sticky. And the lint does wash off. I just need the letters for right now. Oops. And fuzzing it just keeps the transfer from pulling up any wood fibers. It also keeps it from sticking to the surface hard enough that it might distort or misshape the transfer, and then it wouldn't work well the next time. Oops, that one is way crooked. So I'm just kind of using the outsides of the block to kind of determine spacing, alignment, that kind of thing. And then we want to say, I think I'm going to use the Home Sweet Home. You could put Welcome Home. You could put Home Sweet Home. And again, you can always use these transfers in other ways besides just this kit. This would look cute on like a canvas banner, or if you make wreaths, it'd be a cute little wreath sign, especially in one of those deco mesh wreaths. I think that's how I want it. Okay, so let's burnish our transfer down to make sure we don't have any air bubbles in our transfer. in our silk screen area. So again, these are great. Like, I work full time. I have a family, although I probably put them third behind crafting, unfortunately, which I shouldn't. But I don't have a lot of time to craft, and so I want something that's you're right, I did. I forgot to fuzz this transfer, so let's take it off real quick. Just thank you for that reminder. I forgot to fuzz. It probably would have been okay, but so if you don't have a lot of time to craft, if the thought of a blank surface scares you to death, and just makes you want to run the other way, these products are great because you can use them right out of the box, or as you get farther along in your crafting, you can find other ways to use them. You can get creative. You can mix and match transfers, all sorts. Okay, so I'm going to kind of divide these out because I'm going to use Couture Teal and I'm going to use Black Velvet today. So these will be Black Velvet, and then these two I'm going to do in Couture Teal, which is my absolute favorite color. So the heart and the house are specifically designed for these little wood cutouts that you get in the kit. But again, you can use them independently as well. I'm just kind of lining this up. This is probably the trickiest part, but just remember it's handmade. It doesn't have to be perfect. Sorry, I keep getting sidetracked and I haven't finished my other thought, but we'll come back to that. Okay, so I'm going to use Black Velvet on these, the H, the M, and the E. And so this is just a 3-ounce tub of liquid chalk, basically. It goes on wet in a paste form, and it dries hard to the touch and semi-permanent. You can reactivate it, but it doesn't usually scratch off. You can make it permanent with a clear sealer. So I'm just dipping my mini squeegee into the chalk paste, and I'm just going to drag my squeegee down the silk screen area, making sure I cover up all of the silk screen and being mindful of my edges. And then I'm just going to remove the excess, get rid of my squeegee lines, and I can put this excess right back in the jar. And this is my favorite part, the kind of the peel and reveal. So there is the H, and you see there's some little white specks in there. That is actually the transfer. If you can see in the M, there's all these little teal marks. Those are going to be distress points. So it's made to look like that. So when you see the little white areas in the H, that is the transfer. It was made to look distressed like that. So I'm just going to throw that over in my little tub of water. Then we'll do the M. Again, dipping it in the chalk paste. And I'm going to run it down my silk screen area. I'm going to put the excess back in my jar. I'm going to peel the transfer up. And so there's our M. And then we'll do our E. These products also make for easy cleanup. So if you're short on time, if you don't feel very crafty, If a blank surface scares you, or if you just don't like crafts because of the cleanup, these products are perfect. There is your E. So I'm just going to put this transfer over in my bucket of water. I'm going to get a squeegee or a wipe out, and I'm just going to use the same squeegee. You don't have to invest in a lot of product either to be able to use this. So I could get by with using just one squeegee if I needed to. Makes for super easy cleanup. Just get a little bit of that off of my fingers. Okay, so now, dry my hands. I'm just going to let those hang out and air dry. And then we will bring the house in and then the sweet home. And I'm going to use Couture Teal. Yummy color. It's my favorite color. So again, I'm just going to dip my chalk or my squeegee into the chalk paste. And I'm going to turn this one this way so I hopefully won't go over the edges. And I'm just going to drag that chalk paste down the silk screen area. Making sure I cover all of it. And then I'm just gonna leave that paste on there because I can reuse it. And I'm gonna get this one pulled up. So there is our sweet home. And then switch that out for the house. And just to kind of help hold it, I'm pressing the corners onto my desk. And again, I'm just going to drag it down, the paste down the silk screen area. So Rita, where at in North Carolina are you from? Just out of curiosity. Okay, so I can put the excess back in my jar and use it for another project. Just trying to clean up my sides a little bit. I'm going to throw my squeegee. You're in Wilson, 30 miles east of Raleigh. Pretty cool. I love the South. If my husband and I had our way, we would probably relocate to Tennessee. Okay, because this is a small surface, I'm just going to use a pokey tool. This one happens to be our detail tool. I'm just going to use it to help me hold on to the house while I pull up the transfer. And there's our little house. I'm not going to pick it up because I'd most likely drop it chalk side down onto my table. I'm going to get that back out. I'm going to get the drying tool out. You can use any hair dryer on a cool setting. If you have an embossing tool. Jason says probably, definitely. I would definitely drop this chalk side down onto the table. I'm just taking a quick dry to these. Get that away. Well, I think dry. Okay, so the next thing that I want to do is let's attach the home and the heart to our block. So you get your two little sticky dots in with your kit. And I believe they are double. Oh, you were talking about moving to Tennessee. Well, that's what I first thought, but yeah. Some days when we're all stressed out, we joke around with each other. Well, let's just move to Tennessee and become panhandlers. But so I'm just kind of burnishing that down to make sure it's stuck. Which it is. So I just peeled off that backing piece. And then I'm looking at, I think I want to add an embellishment, like with some jute and some beads. Surprise, surprise. So I think I'm going to put these towards the top. I think. So that I have room for my twine. And these just stick on. It's not permanent. I'm sure I could probably pull it off. Oops. You could use hot glue if you didn't want to use these little sticky dots. Again, I'm just going to burnish that down, so hopefully I can get the backer sheet off. Nope. Let's get that detail tool out again. There. Okay, so I'm going to put my heart near the top. Except for I probably should have sanded first. And I didn't sand the house. Oh well, it's fine. Okay, so now that we have that done, I'm going to go ahead and sand. Should have saved my paper towel. I like to sand the edges, so this is what it looks like unsanded, and this is what it looks like sanded, just to give it a little bit of distress, a little bit of a vintage look, a little worn, a little less just out of the box. And I like to give a little extra distress to the corner. So there is that block. So then we'll go ahead and we'll do the rest real quick. So if I ever down the line want to change colors of these or even paint the blocks, I can certainly sand all of this off and repaint it and then redesign on it. So there's H. And there's the M. And we've got the E. So if you could move anywhere in the United States, where would it be? And if you could move anywhere in the world, where would you go? If it was anywhere in the world, I would probably go to Ireland, Scotland, maybe New Zealand, anywhere in the US. Definitely the Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge area. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know where else. Idaho. Something about being completely remote up in Idaho sounds tempting, but definitely Gatlinburg. Okay, so we're all sanded. I'm wearing most of it. Okay, so let's grab our twine and my ribbon scissors and our beads. So I think I'm going to start with the tail, and I'm just going to wrap randomly a couple of times. And then I'm just going to cut. And then let's tie that in a knot. And actually I'll probably end up doing it to both sides, but for right now, we'll just work on this side. So I can separate those apart, kind of. So it looks kind of like that. And then what I would do on the back is probably just cinch it right here and add, and we might do that here in a little bit. Okay, so then let's make a little bead dangle. I'm not going to add very many beads, maybe 6 so that I have 3 on each side. I think that might be a good size. So let's make, Sarita says, I'm a homebody. There's no other place I would want to live, but I'm up for visiting all over. That's a pretty darn good, it's a pretty darn good way of thinking. I like Kansas, but we really love the Tennessee area. And who knows, maybe we'd feel differently if we lived there, but there's just something about it. So I'm just using some of the placement tape. You could use washi tape, you could use Scotch tape, masking tape, and I'm just kind of twisting it to make a kind of a needle so that my edge of my twine doesn't fray and it's easier to bead this quickly. So I have 4, 5, and 6. So I'm just going to tie a knot, but leave myself some room for the ends to fray. And people in the South just seem so caring and kind, less busy. Not that Kansas is rushed, but okay, so I'm just going to tie a knot in this end. Oops, except I want to leave a little bit of slack. Probably not that much. That might be, that'll work. So I'm just tying a double knot so that my beads don't slip through. Oops. Try to get all that tail through. Where is, there he is. Just trying to get all the ends of my tail through, which pretty much there. And so then you can just take like a pokey tool or your fingers or a pen or a pencil, and I'm just fraying those ends. They typically fray on their own, but I like to hurry them along. Okay, so I'm just going to add a tiny bow. So here's my tail string, and here's my left bow. Again, I'm going to try to make it small. My right bow, left, right, left, right, and then cut off another tail. And I'm going to add my bead dangle and my bow. And we're just going to tie it on. Might have ended up a little bigger than I was anticipating. So then you can leave these tails free, or actually, I think we'll tie a knot up here closer into the bow, and then I'll cut those off just so there's not so many tails. Sorry, I had to clear my throat, but I think my cough is finally getting better. Knock on prefab wood. At least today it's better. Actually, I'm just going to cut those off. I didn't like the way those knots all looked. So, okay, so there is our home blocks. So we've got H, O. So I probably set them like this. I know that kind of blocks the H, but there are our home blocks. And then I will do the same to the other side eventually. Or you could even probably twist it if you got ambitious. But there is our left side. Doesn't sit very well like that, but super cute. And I'm gonna definitely add a bead dangle. I like the little bead dangle. So there you go. There is our home. Uh-oh, let me get rid of this. I've got a YouTube troll. Okay, so let's go back to here. So there's Oliver can see my face now. Let's go over a few things. I just want to remind you that this is this month's Club Couture transfer. It's called Love Each Other. This is an exclusive B-size transfer. The only way that you can get this transfer is to be a club member or a designer. And so this transfer and three paste singles come in a DIY kit mailed to your mailbox every month for $19.99 a month and free shipping. There is a 3-month minimum commitment to sign up, but you are welcome to cancel at any time after the 3 months. And also as a club member, you receive $4.95 flat rate shipping on any additional chalk site order. And you also get special offers and deals given out by Chalk Couture, usually per month. And this month's Club Couture special is 50% off any re-released Creative Kickstart design. Regular customers can get those at 20% off, and Club Couture members can get those at 50% off. And I happen to have a few right here. So this one is Work Hard, Snack Often, or Love You to the Fridge and Back. So this is there's a double design on this 8.5 by 11 transfer. Let's put me back this way. There's also this Blah 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 Coffee or Love is Brewing transfer. So it goes this way, and then Love is Brewing is that way. These would be perfect. Some of these would be perfect for Valentine's Day. Cook, eat, clean, repeat. Amen to that. And then these were from a couple years ago. Live Your Dreams, which I think I wore a shirt like this on my Monday. I made a shirt out of that one. Choose Happy is another transfer. And then if you look, I don't know if you can see it. I couldn't find this transfer, but this is the project that I made with it. It says, it's hard to see, it says You Are Enough, and it comes with the flowers. It's a really pretty transfer, but I don't know where it's at. Surprise, surprise. So those are the, and then there's two more that I didn't purchase that are in that re-release. And then there's also a new Creative Kickstart Kit that launched on Monday. There are 2 new transfers and then some embellishment kits that go with those. There are ways to earn these kits for free. So if you want more information about that, just put free kit in the comments below and I will get you that information. But you can get the rainbow, and then you can also get the rainbow wood pieces, or Every Day is a Fresh Start, and it comes with felt flower embellishments, and you can mix and match the 2 kits together. So that's super cute. Mine is actually being delivered today. I'm excited. So hopefully I'll be playing with that next week. So let's get back and check with the comments. Jason says that looks great. Benita asks, if you had a frame that is black with a white chalk area for this month's stencil, I would buy it from you. If I have a frame that is black. I don't. I have a black frame with a black surface. If I have a frame that is black with a white chalk area. I don't have any of those. The only other one I have is with the black frame would be this one, but it has the black surface. Yeah, I don't have any of the newer surfaces. My apologies. Yeah, I don't have any of those. I could check with some of my designer friends in the area to see if they have something. I'd be more than happy to do that. But I will let you know. And then Benita, I have Happy Mail for you, so I will be delivering that this week. So let's see here. You can see it this way. Can you see my little home? Yes, you can. Let's see if I spell it right. Actually, I need to go this way. There. Now you can see there's our little block set. Okay, so I will be live again on Monday evening, definitely for sure, 7:45 Central Time, 7:45 p.m. Central Time. I may do a pop-up tomorrow. We'll have to see how much cleaning I get done today. But until then, thank you so much for watching. Let's see, Benita has a comment. That's okay. I was just trying to think about my daughter's motive in her house. The other thing you might do, one of my favorite surfaces to chalk on, and I'm trying to look and see if I have one nearby, is the black canvases from Hobby Lobby. They're one of my favorite surfaces to chalk on, and then you could rip it apart, paint the frame white, and then you have the black canvas. There's something about those black canvases. The chalk paste goes on really well, and you can distress the white frame. Those are honestly my favorite things to chalk on. So, but I don't think they're on sale this week. I think they go on sale again Monday I don't remember. I'll have to look, but that would be my tip. Those are my absolute favorite thing to chalk on. So with that, I'm going to sign off for the day. I will see you again on Monday, hopefully. Don't forget to spread the chalk love. Share this video out with your friends all over Facebook, YouTube, wherever you're watching. Also, I forgot what I was going to say. Hit the like button, hit the heart button, tag any of your crafty friends so that they can watch. And I will see you later. Have a great weekend.